Morning, this is Michael Lanier with a different perspective, doing my first flight from Bridge to Blue Bay since I did it back before the holidays. Um, if you look to the right on the far shore, Stanley County side, you'll see the gravel path coming down. They've actually built that. That's an access for the barges and cranes that they'll be installing into the lake. They're moving all traffic as of April 30th over to the newer bridge so that they can begin working on the older bridge. Crews told me today, or April the 30th, that they will not, they don't know exactly when the barges and cranes are coming. It's all tied up in permits right now. Should be here during the month of May. So look for some big changes in the lake around that time. There I am, white truck on the right, red shirt on the front. That's me. Hey guys. And it's going to take me a little bit. I tried to get as much of this done. In fact, I got it all done. I flew from Bridge to Blue Bay in one afternoon, 3 batteries. It took me less than I thought, but it did take all 3 batteries with a couple of times I wasn't sure I was going to make it back to landing point. We're flying up 24, 27, 73 towards Albemarle right now. I just left Tar Heel Drive where you saw my truck, and you can see on the left the power line right away, a lot more cleared out over there. Not much change on this end, really. I hate to say it, there has been, a lot of just destruction, deforesting for the power lines, but out here on the country end of the road, not many houses. You'll see here on the right coming up the house that was taken down earlier on, that big open spot there on the right. There was a house standing there. And then you'll see the power lines crossing the road right here. That is a trail that cuts across from Fox Drive back up to the main entrance of River Haven or Strand Drive. That's actually River Haven Drive there at the beginning. You can see that the red barn on the right just beyond the pond, no, not that one that you can see, the one that you can no longer see. There was a red barn there and that is gone now. Looks a lot different flying it now than it did back in the fall. More color, obviously. There on the left, that's Hammer Racing. Field over on the right, well, it's not a field, that's where they actually cut across. That is Indian Mound Road on the left, and then that to the right is where the cell phone tower is at the top of the hill. That's where they have cut down. They cut all that back a long time ago. I don't know, summer, late summer. There on the left is Green Top and the Green Top Grill, which is no longer there. Sorry, I was a little behind. You back it up, look at it if you want to see it. This area is a lot more hilly, so the terrain has prevented me from doing a lot of distance on this battery. So right around here, I'm fixing to have to switch out. You'll see a blip as I move up the road and redo this. There, see, here we go again. Power line clearing there on the left, or actually directly below me. We're in between Green Top and G&S Development. Again, right here, most of what you're going to see is just the power line right of way that was cut through. Pretty amazing stuff that's taking place. There's still that's that. If you see that spot in the middle of the dirt there, that is actually the old house That's G&S Development on the right. That spot on the left is it was an old house that burned and has been abandoned for years. We're coming up on the field, the left-hand side. This is that pasture that's across the street from the old Ponderosa Hilltop Seafood. You'll see that coming up here on the right there in the curve. And there is the mobile home park on the right, and then that dirt spot right there is it's actually straw. They did a good job of covering that up. White truck, that's me. That was Hilltop Seafood and the old Ponderosa. McNeil Road coming in on the left. Power line right away still there. Sorry, just trying to adjust. I've got the zoom in. I'm up a little higher than I was last time. So every little move is magnified. The big expanse there of dirt on the left-hand side of the highway, that is where the new East Side Fire Department's going to go. That's all I know. I can't tell you anything about what all of any of that is. I just know that is where they're building the new East Side Fire Department. There, of course, is the current East Side Fire Department. The power lines continue. The power line right away continues to go down through there. You can see lots of homes that have been moved, or not moved, torn down. And again, pasture. And what you're seeing up on the left, the traffic is coming in. That is Stony Gap Road coming in over on the left. So we're coming up on the intersection of 24, 27 and Stony Gap / Valley Drive. There is the telephone pole farm on the right. And moving west in towards Albemarle, you can see all of the trees that have come down for the power line right away. Not had any conversation really with any of the DOT in quite a while, because it's really been nothing more than what it is, tearing down trees and setting up power lines and homes and businesses, of course. I'm by no means trying to negate what has happened. Same battery, same flight from Hilltop Seafood. Again, lots of deforestation there just for the telephone pole right away. Coming up on Minapon. As you can see, the ponds are still there. That is something that's going to change. I just don't know any details as to when. You can see the tractor trailer and the dump truck sitting there on the left side of the highway. That is where the minnow pond was. The infamous boat is still there in the yard on the left, and it will remain there as it was not close enough to the road to be affected. Stanley Salvage on the right, and coming up on the CrossFit gym over on the left, there's another empty spot where there was a house. And we're actually, I'm having to readjust here. That was Sweet Home Church Road is where I started at this particular point, continuing into Albemarle. White truck on the left, small white house just before the field, white truck on the left. That's me again. Hey! Covering quite a bit of territory as we go into town. Coming up on your right is Anderson Grove Church. Therefore, the I can't remember the name of it, and I apologize. The little marketplace that was on the left is right there at the bottom of your screen. And then there's the old parsonage at the bottom of the screen for Anderson Grove. And then you can see the power line right away. Continues up the left side of 24, 27, 73. You've got the, I believe, maybe, is it Stanley Memorial Gardens of Memory, something along those lines on the right there. You've got the gymnastics building to the left, along with Walter Printing's parking lot, just barely visible. And then the big open expanse right there on the left of the highway is where they had the shopping center. There used to be quite a few businesses in there. And then the ABC store, Aldi, the Walgreens, Verizon, Bojangles, whatnot on the left, Blue Bay on the right. And there you have it, folks. We just traveled from the bridge to Blue Bay in a matter of 11 minutes and 24 seconds. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll do it again when there's more to see. Drop in on my page on Facebook, A Different Perspective, and I'll post what I know as things go by.